Hi everyone, we are a couple minutes early to our Thursday appointment, so I wanted to update everybody on what happened yesterday. So yesterday was Wednesday, it was day 6 in everything that we've gone through so far, and it was the third intrauterine blood transfusion for Leo. And so yesterday's surgery was scheduled for 7:30, so we had to check in at 5:30. My mom came with me so that Chris could get Annabelle to school and go to work. And so I stayed at my parents' Tuesday night because they're in Bloomington, which is quite a bit closer to the hospital. And so on Wednesday morning, got up 5 a.m., made it to the hospital 5:30, check in. Pre-op was basically the same. It's been the last 2 times. They're just sort of checking all of my vitals. They're checking on him, just checking his heart rate, making sure he's good and all ready to go. So that was normal and fine. IV went fine on yesterday, so that was really good because I was a little bit nervous about the IV process. I've just been poked so many times. I wasn't super looking forward to it. But anyway, that was all good. Get into the OR, and this is where things got a little bit traumatic yesterday, but everything is good. I'm good. Baby Leo's good. So we go into the OR, I've got my music playing again. Everyone is really nice. I'm like, okay, this is the 3rd time we've done this. Like, I'm feeling pretty good. And it seems like everything's going fine. And then all of a sudden, the anesthesiologist is at my head and he's like, we're going to put you to sleep. And I'm like, okay. And then they're like putting a catheter in and putting a different mask on my face to put me completely under, and I hear them calling the NICU. And so my brain is thinking like, okay, I'm being put under, we're doing a C-section, I'm gonna have a baby today, which was not the plan because he's only 24 weeks still. But I knew that like if we were doing it, it was because it was the best option. That's the only reason we would possibly be doing it. And so I think that I'm fine, right? My brain is going through, I'm being put to sleep, we're doing the C-section, but then I'm hooked up to all the machines and I can hear my heart rate going crazy. Like on the machine, I can hear that my heart rate is skyrocketing, and that kind of freaks me out. And then I fall asleep. So then I'm out, and when I wake up, I'm in the recovery area, and they were really good about like the minute that I was like partially coherent, they were like right there, and they were like, you are still pregnant. We did not have to do the C-section. He's fine. You are fine. And I think they must have said that to me like 4 times in a row, because it was like, as I was waking up, it was like very reassuring. Like, you're still pregnant. We did not have to do the C-section. He is fine. You are fine. I'm like, okay, got it. Take some deep breaths. And I didn't know how long it had been. I think it had been, I want to say it was like 9:30. I'm trying to think of when you came in. Probably like just after 9:30.
Yeah.
So it had been 2 hours since I went into the OR. And so my mom obviously called my husband right away to get him down, because she was just told they were doing the emergency C-section, and then like 10 minutes later they came and told her they didn't have to. So long story short on what happened is that the doctor thinks that the needle went into an artery instead of a vein, which can cause the heart to sort of spasm. And what happened is his heart rhythm drastically changed, which caused them to immediately go into the emergency C-section route. So the team was like really on top of it and really quick, and they were just like, heart rhythm changed, we're going into emergency C-section mode, got me to sleep, started everything, and then his heart rate went totally back to normal. So they're like, okay, if he's stable, he's showing us that he's fine, then we're not going to take him out right now. He's only 24 weeks. So as long as his heart rate stays fine, then we'll go in again. So I was asleep for all of this, but then they were able to get into the vein. They were able to pull out the blood to do the testing. He had come down a little bit. So our stats from Sunday were, Sunday we started at 19% red blood cell count percent and ended at 25. And then we started, I think he said like 15%, but we'll confirm that after this next appointment. started yesterday at like 15%. So he had come down quite a bit. And so we'll still have to figure out maybe why that happened. But they were able to take that sample and then get him up into the high 30s, which our goal for yesterday was get to those high 30s, almost 40. So we were able to do the point. We were able to do what we were supposed to do yesterday, which was to get him into those high 30s for red blood cell count, keep him hopefully non-anemic. The other big win from yesterday is when they were looking at everything, it looks like his high drops have completely cleared, meaning we no longer have fluid, which really drastically changed our situation for the better to not have that fluid. So, other than just like the drama of thinking I was gonna be cut open and having a 24-week-old and then waking up and being told that we're good, everything else went as well as it could. He took the transfusion really well again. We got him into those high 30s. So now we're at our next checkup appointment. So we'll get the ultrasound. We'll check those MCA. We'll do the MCA scan. We'll check to make sure that his high drops is still totally gone. And then I think it's time to make our long-term game plan now that we're out of this past week has been really about getting out of immediate life or death sort of situation for him. And I think we're out of that. We'll confirm that here in like 10 minutes. So today we meet with a genetic counselor first, and then we have our ultrasound, and then I think we'll make our long-term game plan. So sort of a traumatic day yesterday. I rested a lot, took a nap at my parents' after all of that happened. Well, then they watched me and baby for a while. We didn't leave until like 1 p.m. yesterday because they just wanted to make sure we were good. 2 hours of watching him and me. And then went to my parents, took a nap, and then Chris and I went to go pick up Annabelle and just had a regular night at home. And now we're ready for our appointment today. So that is today's update. Crazy day, but we're all good. We're so appreciative of everyone's prayers. I know so many people have been praying over us, and that really means the world to us. So thank you, and we'll update you later. Bye.